Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
At the intersection of Interstate 70 and Interstate 435 lies the Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway. And tonight, the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series is going to get its third race of the season underway. I'm James J., joined by Walker McNulty, and we're going to bring you the action tonight as the trucks are coming to the grid. They've already qualified, and the Aussie Mark Cochran has put it on the pole ahead of number 11, Dustin Ryansettle. And we have a full field of 26 trucks tonight, and we're going to go green here shortly. Walker, Kansas Speedway, mile and a half track. What do you think we're going to see tonight?
I think we're going to see some pretty tight racing. Kansas, with these trucks in this particular package, is one of those tracks where it's really hard to break away, especially at the start of a run. But we'll see how everybody does in terms of being in the packs and what sort of strategies guys have. There's going to be a lot of people using their tires and a lot of people saving their tires, especially at the start of runs.
We're going to find out in 101 laps who the winner is, and we will have a competition caution at lap 15. No points awarded, just bragging rights. We'll have a competition caution where people can size up their tire wear and fuel. We might see some alternate strategies playing along, but a pretty big field, 26 trucks. We're going to see some natural cautions as well, Walker. Fuel runs, tire runs. What's going to be the deciding factors tonight?
Well, we've got 27-ish laps on fuel if you're running flat out the whole way. So, and we'll be having the competition caution on, I just looked at it in my
15.
brain, on lap 15. So there could be some sort of strategy going on there if we were to go green the whole way. I doubt we will, just from the nature of this track and the way these trucks race.
All right, Mark Cochran, congrats on the pole. Mark Cochran in the 93 truck on the inside is going to bring us to the start-finish line.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
DW sets us off. Walker says wide open for the first few laps. So far, so good. Everybody's playing nice. 3 wide in the back.
Got a few trucks back here in this group that are usually up towards the front. Looking at Justin Thaler there, we all know he's always usually one of the guys running towards the front, as well as that 3 of Michael Samia. We'll see how they get going and getting through the field here. Oh, there's a crash going on in the background there. Don't know who it was. Oh, Trevor McLaughlin, and who is that in the grass?
It looks like one of the, I think that's Rye Bates, I believe. It might be Stephanie Piccoli. Not sure if my cameras will start working again.
It looks like one of the Aussie truck liveries.
Yep, number 9.
It was Rye Bates, it looks like.
Rye.
Yeah. See what happens here. So off into 3, everything's okay. Got the 91 on the outside. Trevor making it 3 wide middle on Michael Harris.
Yep.
And now he's
69.
kind of got his nose in. He's running a little bit high, but we all look okay here. Now he comes back down the track. I think he got loose coming out of 4. And then the 69 just doesn't take the apron. I think Trevor probably expected him to take the apron.
Oh.
And there goes the big-ass fans truck. Nothing that Phillips could do there. And those are your 3
Innocent
trucks.
bystander.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him, but it sucks having to use your fast repair right off the bat. And at least for those 2, for Rye Bates and for Phillips, they're probably going to have to use that fast repair.
Yep.
And we'll see. Trevor's truck doesn't look all that damaged, but Yeah, it looks like he was able to kind of keep it out of everything. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Lucy
so,
gets, yeah, he snaps on him.
yeah, it just gets loose on him, and then
Ooh.
he expects Rye to go all the way down to the apron, and he doesn't. And it just miscommunication, and they get together. Unfortunate.
Very
And
unfortunate for Jason. Like he's trying to wing it there. He's not burning his fast repair. He's still
yeah.
in the pits. A couple other guys choose to pit.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they probably could just try to repair as much as they can now. As long as they don't have a ton of required, then they're kind of, out of it. But
Holstetter comes into pit.
yeah, I'm interested to see how this strategy works out in terms of the fuel mileage. I think this might turn into a race that's dominated by a bunch of different trucks, depending on who pits when. If we do have yellows, I'm hoping we don't have a bunch of yellows, but if we do have a decent amount of yellows, who pits when, who's up front in the clean air, and all that wonderful jazz. We'll see what happens. Kind of like the real trucks. It's whoever's in the front, whoever's going to dominate for that portion of the race, and then the caution, and then they pit, and the next guy dominates.
That's right. Hopefully we'll see some on-track passing as well. I don't know if there's a racing etiquette on whether you're supposed to take the apron or not. I think it was a big assumption. But again, I agree with you that I think Trevor Mack got a little bit loose. We do have a couple of new guys we want to take notice of tonight. In 15th is Colton Dower. I hope I'm saying that correct, Colton. Welcome to the Midwest Motorsports Club. Glad you're here, man. The 82 truck.
The Texas
Orange.
Whataburger.
Yeah, it looks good. Orange Whataburger truck. Dylan Schmidt as well. 92.
JT's got himself a teammate.
It is. Exactly the same paints. RFK stable. Wonder who got the primary and who got the backup.
Well, he's got the black wheels and JT has the yellow ones. So if you look at F1,
Good call.
the second driver has the yellow on the T-cam. So therefore, JT is the second driver and Dylan is the first driver. That's what I say.
I know that's the general rule of thumb, and I'm not going to go against you. But I think Hamilton, as the number one, still drives the yellow roof camera. I could be wrong. Okay. I think they just slapped a number 9 in front of Justin Thaler's too, and they pulled it out of the truck. Dustin Reinstedel takes us back to green, and we're racing again. Let's see if we can get to lap 15. For the competition caution, Robert Sanders, last week's winner, on the outside of Ian Silva here in the 51.
Side by side, 3 wide back there. Looks like for, I don't know, what is that, like 12th or something? Yeah, somewhere in that region. With JT on the outside, and Andrew Miller on the inside, I think.
29, Miller.
29. And oh man, here comes Travis Jones up the middle, 3 wide in that 96 truck. He's got a lot of confidence in the 9 on staying on the bottom. There's still 3 wide going down the back straight into 3. Oh, this is the sort of racing I was 100% expecting, by the way, from here. This is going to be tight and close the entire way through. And you can see the guys jumping down to the apron for some, others just hugging the white line. Got a good little...
3 wide up ahead, too.
Yeah,
hard to know where to watch.
Back here.
These guys are not far off the lead. Right now, it feels like the money lap, flat out, all the way around the track, just about. Maybe even a dab of the brakes to help to get the truck to rotate, Walker?
Yeah, probably, especially in the dirty air, I would say. I mean, all these trucks in one massive pack, like a bunch of swarming hornets, you're probably not going to have as much turn-in as you would want to 3, 4, 5 rows deep in this. So definitely a little lift or a touch of the brake pedal to get her to rotate or something. But the more you're wide open, the more you get her spooled up. And the guys on the top here definitely getting her spooled up. Sean Cunningham moving his way up into second now, taking that from Ian Silva. And you can see here on board with Justin Glockner going on the outside of Sean Happick. Going into turn 1, and then up ahead, new guy Dylan Schmidt and Ian Silva side by side. Looks like the top might be starting to creep into being the best line to be in, as we see Ian Silva jump up there to the top. These tires are going to start wearing a little more, and that top lane I think is going to become better and better. But we'll see how it goes.
Meanwhile, Dustin Reinstedt on the 11 is checked out. A full second clear of this battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and on back.
Yeah, that's not something I expected, was for anybody to check out like that. So that's pretty wild. I think Andrew Miller got up in the wall there, going down the back straight or into 3. So he loses a few spots back there behind that orange Whataburger truck of Colton Dowler.
Ooh, Dowler in the wall.
Yeah. A lot of guys, it's really easy to misjudge your entry sometimes in the trucks. Like how close you are to the wall.
Whoa,
That was a big block.
Yeah, from Sanders. Look at Samia
Yeah.
saving it. He's still trying to save it.
He holds on
Michael
to
Samia.
it. They keep from having a big wreck, it looks like.
No caution. Michael Samia, you are my hero. Robert Sanders as well. Holy smokes.
I hope Robert kept it going nice and good there. Hopefully he doesn't have much damage. It looked like he got into the outside wall. I couldn't tell if that was a big block or what. We're about to see it again.
It's like Samia was pushing him, but I don't know how long they were hooked up. Like they were hooked up.
Let's see.
All right, he's broken off of him there.
Now let's see what happens here. Coming down the back straightaway. Samia pulls to the inside and
big bunk.
Yeah, that was weird.
Weird.
Robert was blocking the bottom there, but like all of a sudden it was like Samia wasn't close, and then bam, he was there. That was a weird one.
From the 2 behind as well.
Yeah.
And Michael Samia saved it though.
Yeah,
good
save by him for sure. And now we're at our stage yellow.
We'll let it run out and we'll catch back up.
Yeah, surprise. Spoiler alert, Dustin Reinstedt ran away. He was still 1 second ahead at the green and white checkered.
So good, no caution call there. Race director Josh Watt. Very lucky to have every race with our own race control, separate and independent.
I thought you were just going to say very lucky to have him in particular. I might have contested that, but having race control is great.
No doubt. No, Josh does so much for the whole league. I will not give him a hard time. I'm not sure that we even have a broadcast without Josh. It's all good.
Let's see.
He can take a joke as well as he can give it.
See, everybody coming in except for Madman from Down Under, Mark Cochran, Stephanie Piccoli also staying out. Both of them pit in the first caution. And then Brandon Cotton as well will be staying out. He has not pit at all. So those are your 3. They're going to be out in front in the clean air on presumably 15-lap old tires, I would say. And everybody else coming out of the pit lane.
Justin Reinstedt's the first out.
Yeah. Looking to see if anybody really moved around too much. Doesn't really look like it. Everybody kind of, for the most part, is in the region that they were in whenever they came in, it looks like. So, shout out to Chris Thaler, up 13 positions from his starting point. Or 12 now. Just swapped a position with Dylan Schmidt. But after the pit cycle, maybe he's getting filtered back. Who knows? I shouted him out, so we're glossing over.
Yeah, it's a big jump. Definitely up plenty of spots. 18 spots plus for Brandon Cotton. Nope, like you said, he's coming in the pits. I think he cycled, stayed out, and then decided to come back in, maybe get his lap back, unlap himself.
Well, I think Brandon there, he was on the lead lap. I think he just decided he was gonna stay out one lap and then come in and go back to the rear. Maybe he's just trying to survive the first amount of the race, or maybe he thinks the one pace lap of fuel is gonna make a difference. You never really know. But cycles out to have 2 Aussies up here on the front row for the restart.
12 laps less fuel. They go off cycle the top 2. That's it. All right. We'll keep an eye out, see how that plays out. Now they're in front in control of the field. I think 12 laps on tires. We were starting to see a little bit of a drop in pit lap times.
Information, Dylan Schmidt and Travis Jones both took 4 tires in the pit stop. Colton Dowler as well took 4 tires. Craig Nagy had a 16-second stop. I think that would be for tires, but maybe he was repairing. And then a few others, they were doing repairs. So, yeah. So we've got 3 trucks on fresh boots. So we'll see how they come through the field. We all know what a shiny pair of shoes does to somebody.
That's right.
It depends on if they're crystal heels or whatever the story is. The Cinderella story. My Siri is yelling at me. I did not say Siri.
Did Mark come in and get tires? Nope.
No,
Mark he should be on the front row. There he is.
He's up there. Yeah. Also, I really like that Safe Light Corey Heim livery that Dustin's running. It's super clean.
He likes the 11. '93. Mark Cochran is going to bring us back to green at lap 18. No more competition cautions, only natural cautions here to the end. And Mark Cochran comes into the Geico restart zone and punches the gas. Stephanie gives him room. And we're racing once again. 2 RFK trucks are hooked up.
Teammates here in the middle of the pack. Let's see how well they work together. As we're still 2x2 going down the back straight. Justin in the 2 and James in the 9 continuing their battle from earlier. And we've got the 92 and the 96 side by side. It's Travis Jones and Dylan Schmidt. Up front here we've got a battle for the lead between Mark and Dustin. Mark on the high side, Dustin on the low side. Once again, Mark pit earlier, so he's going to have a little bit less fuel, but they're on the same age of tire here, so we'll see if Dustin can make a move. Mark sticking that truck up on the high side, telling Dustin, you got to find somewhere else to go. And currently it seems to be working out good for him. He's able to hold that outside line, carry the momentum, and drive away a little bit going down the front straightaway. As we're single file up here for the top 5, it looks like. And then further back we have an absolute beehive once again. Trucks everywhere. Oh, James Lavison almost gets it up into the fence. Maybe he touched it a little bit, hard to tell. But yeah, we're all over the place like a bunch of ants.
So much fun trying to figure out where the other guy's going. Where can I go? Stay out of the way. Hold your line, I got it.
92 there on the bottom of Dylan Schmidt, once again, is on fresh tires. So that's why you can see him making these power moves on everybody on the bottom. He's got those fresh boots and he's feeling like Superman. Travis Jones as well. is Superman. They got on those fresh boots. So I think that's probably the only reason they're really able to make much time on the bottom here, because you can see everybody else kind of migrating further up the track, and look at how much more grip that Travis Jones in the 96 has compared to the rest of these guys here. And girl, Stephanie. Not bad.
They're making their way up to the front, though. You're right. Inside the top 10 now, headed for the top 5.
And same story as earlier, just a different person. Mark Cochran out 1 second in the lead, riding that cushion against the outside wall, pulled away from Dustin Reinsettle, who is now falling back into the clutches of the rest of everyone else. Sean Happick leading the rest of everyone else, but not for very long. Here comes Dylan Schmidt down the inside. Is he going to get 3 for 1? Not quite, but he is going to get 2 for 1. Travis Jones following right behind him down there on the apron. I can very much assume that Dylan is going to go to the bottom and take Dustin's position here. No, he's going to stay up top. That's going to allow Travis to get down there on the bottom and try to make this move, make his way up through the front. Going down the back straightaway. Let's see if, yep, Dylan keeps it up there in the high line. Looks like, oh, Sean Happick gets up into the wall there. And Travis Jones might be able to take away second position away from Dustin Reinsettle. They're door to door, going off into turn number 1. Will Travis be able to make the move stick? Dustin is holding that top line good. These fresh boots on Travis's truck are starting to wear out a little bit. I don't think he can hold it on the bottom wide open anymore. You can see that their progress is hampered by that. Will he make the move? He's going to slide up in front of him. He gets it done.
Slide job.
He clears himself and gets it done, so he's up into second place. And Dustin gets it up into the wall there on entry. So he's going to lose a few spots.
Justin Glickner
will probably get by too.
Wants a piece of the action. With only 3 sets of tires on the ground, the way those tires made a difference after just 15 laps tells me I would want a set if there's a late caution. I would want a new set of tires if there's caution with 10 or 15 to go.
I agree. With how much faster the new set of tires is, if anybody saves a set, they're going to be looking nice and pretty. Speaking of looking nice and pretty, Mark Cochran is 1 3/4 seconds out in the lead. Now he's going to have to pit soon. His last pit lap was on lap 3, currently on lap 29, so he's getting into that end of his pit window here. So that 93 truck ripping the lip. 1.5 seconds ahead now of Travis Jones. Travis digging into that gap. 2 tenths per lap it looks like on Mark Cochran. Let's see. Dylan
Somebody
Schmidt
we haven't mentioned. Somebody we have not mentioned tonight is Nicholas Aslan. In the 48, he's caught up with Stephanie Piccoli and Ian Silva. Robert Sanders behind. Once again, I love that chrome paint on the 48.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Dives it down there onto the bottom. Gets to Stephanie's quarter panel here, going down the back straight. If he can make a move. Stephanie having a good run here so far, though. Good to see her running up here and in and around the top 10. Oh, she gets into the wall. Caster's curse already.
Yep.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Oh, Glickner. He must have gone in the wall.
Yeah, most likely. Travis is caught up to Mark Cochran, by the way. He's right on him. They're side by side. Travis gets the lap lead. He should get him clear here. He's been gaining 3 to 4 tenths per lap on him, and yeah, it's over. Travis Jones, new leader in the red, white, and blue, number 96. With Dylan Schmidt not too far behind. Taking advantage of those nice, fresh, shiny boots.
Well, maybe this alternate strategy might play out because now 18 laps right now, removed from the competition caution. If Cochran comes in now and gets tires, he's got 3 sets.
He can take
Only
a new
5 or
set
so
every
laps
stop.
apart. Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, there's a yellow. I'll
Caution's
tell you
out.
what, that is perfectly timed for this man right
A
here.
mark. Yep. What happened? If we can find the yellow.
Ian
Ian
Silva has
Silva.
dropped to the back.
He's pointing the wrong way. Did a good job standing against the wall, letting everybody avoid him. Thankful for that. Oh, Colton Dowler. Justin Glockner.
Got a nice little ding-dong battle here. Let's see what happens. So, let's see. Ian up there side by side with Nick Asselin. He's on the bottom. And then right behind them is Colton Dowler in that 82 orange truck in the middle.
21 looks pretty loose there going in.
Let's see. Looks like the
He
21
slid up.
sliding up in front of the 48. So the
Robert
48
Sanders
under
has
the
been in it.
21. Yeah. 6 of Robert Sanders is there. Oh, Ian Silva.
Ooh,
Looks like Ian
came
just
up.
comes up into Colton there. It looks like there's Colton, right? No, that's not Colton. That's Colton. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm still adapting to new driver here. Let's see. Yeah, let's see it from this angle. Let's see. It looks like I think he just expected Colton to go.
Oh.
It's a
Little net code there, too.
little net code. Yeah, I think he
Oh, that's
expected
unfortunate.
Colton to go all the way up to the wall, but I don't know. I think Colton was being safe on like not clearing himself and taking out the 48. So yeah, just an unfortunate happening, but it's a
Good
yellow
on Ian
nevertheless.
Silva. Yep. Sorry, Walkers. Good on Ian Silva to stay along the wall. Let everybody go by. Appreciate it, Ian.
Let's see. So, who took tires and who didn't? So Travis out in front did not take tires on that pit stop. Only a 10-second stop. Mark Cochran took tires. Let's see. From Mark Cochran back, all took them. Brandon Cotton did not take tires. And Rye Bates also did not take tires. Jason Phillips 1 lap down. He's going to be hoping for one more lucky dog in one of these cautions. Get himself back on the lead lap.
Good call. And maybe still have his fast repair.
Yeah, it seemed like he sat there and took the pain early instead of taking the fast repair. So that means that, hopefully he doesn't get in another crash. But if he does, he doesn't have to sit there for another 4 laps.
How often is the net code and how frustrating is it, Walker, when you give the guy plenty of room and all of a sudden you get turned and the guy behind you wasn't anywhere near you, leaving plenty of room? I feel bad for those guys.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, you've got the U.S. connection versus the Australian connection of Ian Silva. It's unfortunate, but that's just something that happens whenever there's such a vast distance between drivers. We don't really see it too much here because a lot of the people that come and race are from the U.S. or from, in Trevor's case, Canada. But we do have a few from down under racing with us here, and that just unfortunately is something that something that can happen. It's just the net code, maybe a little bit higher of a ping or whatever, and it sucks, but can't really do much about it. Fly racing.
Really shouldn't complain. We're racing all the way across the world. Awesome technology to bring us all together on a Friday night. The lights are out on the pace cars, so we are coming to the green. This time by Travis Jones in the 96. Older tires, 15 to 34, so about 18 laps on a set. New tires for almost everybody on back.
I'm a little worried for Travis.
Hope he doesn't get run over too bad. We saw what tires will do and able to hang in there for a couple of laps. Mark was able to hang in there a couple of laps earlier. Good to see the 71 back up front again as well. Sean Cunningham did a couple good runs.
Yeah, he's been up front all day today, so we'll see. We'll see if he can keep it up there. That CCR Motorsport number 71. I think that's a new paint scheme for him.
Travis Jones waits to almost the end of the restart zone and then goes. Mark Cochran and Sean Cunningham side by side. For second, Dustin Reinstedel back in familiar territory with fresh tires. And 26 trucks started, 26 trucks are still in the race.
Still 2x2x2.
Nicholas Aslan hanging out up here.
Making some moves. He started way back in the field. Up 13 spots in P6 right now. Looks like one of the RFK trucks is making a move for third. That'd be Dylan Schmidt. We're looking at the other RFK truck, 3 wide middle. Thought we were going to be 3 wide on the exit of 2 there, but it doesn't look like it. So Travis holding his own for now up there.
Brian Settle's got it.
Tires do. Dustin, yep, he's up in the lead. Now Travis, 3 wide middle. Got Sean Cunningham on his outside. Dylan Schmidt on the inside. And you got Dustin going from wall to line, back to wall, right in front of these guys. Unbelievable. Dylan Schmidt driving it in there deep, getting off a little bit off the line. Able to hold on to it, though. Sean Cunningham gets a good run out of turn 2. He's going to look to the inside of Dustin Reinstedel and take the lead. Looks like he'll be able to. He's going to slide up right in front of that 11 truck. So that's going to put Sean Cunningham up here to lead a lap and get his bonus point. They're still side by side, though. It looks like Dustin not going to give that up. He's looking to the inside. Not going to really be able to get there, though. And that's just going to allow Sean to pull him all the way down this back straightaway.
Look at Sean Happick making moves on Travis Jones. He's not quite clear of the 96. He's looking up at Mark Cochran, your pole sitter. They are racing Midwest Motorsports style truck series on Friday nights. Entries are free and always open. You can join anytime. We have truck series on Friday, Cup series on Sunday, pace cars out.
Uh-oh.
And road series on Tuesday. Let's find out who's dropping back. Oh, Rye. Oh, not Ian Silva again. I hope not.
Uh-oh. We've got a few that
Lordy.
are back a bit. Oh, these 2 again? Uh-oh.
Somebody, they forgot to take the magnet out. Looks like
we're 3 wide up front.
28,
in front of this. Yeah, we'll see what happened.
I think I want to ride with Norm.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll hit the far chase again. Looking up 3 trucks ahead.
Let's see. So, got 1 against the fence, 1 on the bottom, 1 in the middle. And basically the exact same thing that happened last time.
Olavison, the 9.
Yeah.
Here's Norm.
And
Hello.
Norm, T-bone right in the door. 28 and 82, both of them are different shades, but in the same family of color. So.
And then Ride does the same thing, T-bones James Olavison. So we got 2 T-bones tonight in this same wreck. 1 for me, 1 for you.
I just wonder if there were if it was medium rare, well done.
I think it was right. It was just the number 9. Maybe it was the 5. Sorry, bear with me here. Brandon Cotton.
Maybe it was Brandon. After hitting one lap later and putting himself in the rear, so he's not a part of all the melee. If he got caught up in the wreck here, that would be unfortunate. Yeah, he did. I think that was him up
Yeah.
against the wall there, right? That sucks for him. No? Who
No,
is this?
it's not Rye. Oh, I need to
Not
figure
Rye.
out who that is. I want to. Come on.
Is it Brandon Cotton?
Yep.
Yeah. Poor Brandon. He pit to get out of it and then immediately got in a wreck. That's so unfortunate for him. Yeah, so Chris Taylor on the inside,
What happens?
Brandon on the outside.
Brandon just minding his own business here, and
Yeah.
Lavison, and then debones him around. Puts him in the spin cycle. Keep your foot in it. That's all you can do there. I don't blame you at all, Brandon.
Let's
Aim for the
see.
smoke. What you normally do.
Strategy. Top 12 all stayed out. All the way back to Rye Bates. Mark Cochran was the first one to come down to the pits. The only person to take tires in that pit stop was Brandon Cotton, unless he was repairing, but it was 14.6, so I'm going to assume that's tires. So once again, Mark Cochran, off strategy to everybody else. We'll see how it pays off for him. That's going to leave Sean Cunningham out in the front, and then Dylan Schmidt in that RFK livery there, number 92. He's going to be up there on the front row. Got Dustin Reinsettle here in third. Sean Happick in fourth. Now, I haven't watched the truck race yet tonight.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
So.
You haven't? Okay, good. Just checking.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. So I'm not spoiling anything. Please, nobody put into the chat or anywhere else that I would see it. What happened? I'm gonna watch that race tonight. So please don't do it. I was thinking about making a maybe it was a championship for Corey Heim there and a win for Corey Heim in virtual world, but I'm kind of afraid to say that because he might have also got put in the fence. Who knows?
You'll have to watch and find out. That's right. Anything can happen. The Craftsman Truck Series in real world, as well as the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series. Do not take the hats to victory lane until the checkered flag has flown. Trevor McLaughlin's made it back up to P5. Get on your Trevor Mac.
And that old Bubblicious Ghost livery. I like the door numbers. Those are different than the ones
Just
that
a
were on
little
there before.
chrome texture there. All right, Sean Cunningham bringing us out. And we're racing again. Not quite halfway through. Half the race left. Sean Cunningham in the 71. In the high line.
Here comes Dustin.
Get it when you can.
Side by side down the back. As these trucks go all the way up to speed, they should be full speed now, at least going out of 4. Sean trying to hold that high line. Dustin on the inside. They're side by side. Behind them, side by side, with Dylan Schmidt and Trevor McLaughlin moving his way up into 4th. Maybe trying to sneak his way down there on the bottom to get 3rd. Most of them starting to put themselves up on the top groove, but Trevor, he's wanting to run on the bottom, try to make up a few positions. He's still side by side with that RFK truck. Still at his quarter panel going into turn 3. Not quite going to be able to carry enough speed to clear him, though, so they're still going to be side by side as he takes the full apron, as well as the 2 trucks in front of him.
High, wide, and handsome for Sean Cunningham, right along that safer barrier. And Dylan Schmidt, right on the rear bumper of Dustin Wrightstadel, drops down, makes up half a lane. Can he get 2 for 1?
Is he getting a twofer?
Hanging tight, Dustin Wrightstadel on the bumper of Sean Cunningham. They touch. Don Appick in the 80 gives 99 a push. And don't count Justin Thaler and Glickner back here as well. 92 dives down all the way on that white line. Don Cunningham holding the RPMs up high. Dustin Wrightstadel can't decide if he wants to go 3 wide. He's not going to force him 3 wide yet. Trevor McLaughlin says, I will. I ain't scared.
This is some good
92,
racing.
incredible Midwest Motorsports racing. 92 can't quite clear either one or the 11. A little bit of blinking in the 92. Sorted out. The 80 of Sean Appick and the 21 of Justin Glockner.
Throw a blanket over 6 trucks here. And it would still touch the 7th one. They're all sort of getting in line here. Oh, no. I think Dylan decided he was clear. He wasn't quite clear, but he decided he was. Trevor now diving to the bottom, going to try to probably slide up in front of the 92, give him a little taste of his own medicine, and it looks like he will. So that's one way to do it. Gets himself up in the 3rd.
Slide job, trying to take the lead away. Slide job.
Dale Jr.'s
Nice move.
famous quote now.
That's right.
And Trevor's not done. He's looking to the inside of Dustin Wrightstadel for P2. Going to pull back up in line, though. That top lane, it's just a freight train on the outside.
Credit to Sean Cunningham for holding his own. Great run, great try, Dylan. Didn't quite get there. He does a couple slide jobs, gets slid back, and tucks back in line. Great racing here. Truck series. Big setups. Everybody's driving the same truck as Justin Thaler in the wall. Doesn't slow him down too much.
I thought he was going to put his nose in there.
Banging doors with Justin Glockner and Michael Samia. Travis Jones hanging in there with this group.
They're still 2x2 in this group after, what, 10, 15
10
laps of green?
Yep.
They're still 2x2 back here. This is incredible racing, and for these spots too. I mean, these guys, they're racing from 6th all the way down to what? Let's see, like 15.
Here we are in 13th. Yeah.
This is a tight pack here of trucks. It's like a big old swarm, and they're all fighting over position. Nobody's giving an inch. Everybody's taking a mile. Still got Chris Thaler there on the bottom. And then we jump. It's all good. We're jumping up here to the 3 and the 2, side by side. Michael Samia trying to get it done on JT, or JT trying to get it done on Michael Samia, one of the two. They're side by side. Michael Samia looks like he's clear going off into turn 1. Keeps it on the bottom though. And Robert Sanders looks like he's going to try to follow Michael through on the bottom. Not quite going to be able to get there. And we've got Travis back there pushing Robert down the back straightaway. And we have a yellow.
How far back we going? Norm again? James Olavison in the 9.
Norm, James, and Ry Bates maybe.
Do I see part? I see
I
somebody's
see that
tailgate.
would be Norm's tailgate, I think. Look the right color.
Spin cycle
Pirouette.
again. Oh, is that Mark Cochran?
Cochran.
Oh,
Fortunate for him. He had a good day so far. Let's see what happens here. I think James gets up into the fence here. Yeah, he does. Gets up into the wall, and then Mark Cochran, not really much he can do, to be truthful with you.
he's got his foot down,
Yeah.
driving off the corner, coming high. The 9's in the wall, 10 miles an hour slower.
Then there's a secondary contact here. Oh, he Jeff Gordon that. Oh my God, that's a big crash. Might
Norm,
call the ambulance.
seriously,
Oh
get a
man,
wrecker out there quick. Norm's going to need some Advil in the morning. Those old bones are going to be creaking.
he might be sitting in his recliner for a few hours or a few
Front,
days after that one.
front fascia must have some springs in it.
I saw a pop-up, by the way, for the 69 Rye Bates having a black flag. Might have sped in the pit lane or something. Yeah, let's see what happens here with Norm. Coming around turn 2 here. Up top, and then steers it down, trying to miss it, and Mark just gets into him. Man, at full speed, that's tough. That's hard.
Wide open.
I hope his hands weren't on the wheel.
Right.
Because if his hands were on the wheel, that could cause some serious harm right there.
Go rip your thumb off.
Yeah, especially just clipping the wall and then hitting the wall again. I don't know what wheel and pedals he uses, but if that's a direct drive wheel, that could seriously cause some harm. So hopefully he got his hands off the wheel. Not very often you talk about injuries in sim racing, but that is one of the scariest things that can happen is breaking your wrist or your fingers.
Lights are still on the pace car. Yep. Please be safe out there, boys and girls. Don't forget, Midwest-Motorsports.com is where you could find us. We have 3 leagues, Truck Series, Cup Series, Next Gen on Sunday, and the Road Series. Currently GT4s on Tuesdays. Signups are always open and always free. You can join anytime, join the Discord. Go to Midwest-Motorsports.com. Find out which league suits you the best. Drop us a line. We'll give you the password to the club, the fastest growing iRacing league in the world, according to my research. A lot of fun. We had 34 car count in the Road Series at Sebring last week. Truck Series, 20 plus car counts. Walker, you have a lot of fun doing both the Next Gen Cup and the Road Series.
Yeah, I'm a lot more competitive than one than the other, but it's still a lot of fun. It's always a good time racing in anything whenever it comes to this league, whether it's a fun run or whether it's a true league race. No matter what it is, it's always a good time. Speaking of good times, there was a party in the pit lane. Everybody brought their mama, brought their kids, brought their wife down the pit lane that time around. Everybody came to the pits, but not everybody took tires. The 2 in the front, Dylan Schmidt, Travis Jones, neither one took tires. Michael Samia, he took 2 tires. Sean Cunningham, Trevor McLaughlin, Dustin Reinsettle took 4. Brandon Cotton, Michael Harris Jr., no tires. Sean Happing and Justin Glockner, they took tires. And then Jason Phillips, no tires. And then the rest of everyone else took tires in that stop. Tire strategy all over the place. Fuel strategy is back equal again. So let's see what happens.
Tires are the name of the game. You want to use them up now? Have one in the pits just in case. But we got everybody on all strategies available. Anything can happen, and it probably will. I believe the leader was Dylan Schmidt, so he's going to have control. And he takes off from the outside. Brings us back to green flag conditions. 2 tires. I like that call from Michael Samia.
Yeah, getting the track position. We'll see what it does for him. Puts him up into third. We'll see if he can get that 3 truck a little higher than its number. They're still side by side, coming out of 2 and down the back straight for the lead. Sean Cunningham with those 4 freshies. Going to be trying to make a move there on the bottom. Oh, Michael Samia gets loose big time in the middle of 3 and 4. Holds on to it, though. Doesn't even get up into the fence.
She got loose off that corner.
She definitely got loose off of that corner. They're 4 wide back there coming across the line. There's trucks all over the place. There's still 2x2 out in the front as well. So Michael Samia, great job by him holding on to it. But and we've got a spinner, Travis Jones, off into the inside wall. I can almost guarantee you he had a very similar impact to Norm right there. There's no way he didn't hit the wall. Take a quick peek at what happened here. Yeah, just a typical racing thing. Yeah, safety car's out. So let's see what happens here. 96 moving up, trying to give give Dylan Schmidt on the outside some space, and Sean Cunningham just barely hits him in the quarter panel. And let's see what happens here. Oh, he gets it turned back the other way. Does he actually keep it out of the fence here? Oh, he almost goes up and over.
Roof flaps,
3 tires on the track.
Doing their job.
And he does get it into the fence, unfortunately for him. But a little bit on the rear, too. Does he slap the front again? No, he keeps it off of it. So only 2 kisses on the wall, but I think there were 2 pretty hard kisses, especially the first one. So definitely going to be a fast repair used by him.
That just happened so fast.
Yeah, things happen fast whenever you're at a track like Kansas. You're basically full throttle all the way around, especially here at the start of the runs.
Right.
Things just happen instantly. I mean, these guys are going 165, 175, somewhere in there miles an hour. And, I mean, at full speed, you can just see, like, he does a good job of getting it spun around and slowed down before he hits the wall. But still gets into the fence, and he's got some right front damage, left rear damage. Looks pretty severe, especially on that right front. So who knows if he's actually gonna, I don't know if he came in and fixed it or not. Looks like he hasn't yet, but he probably will be. I would assume so. Yeah, he's coming in.
Here he comes.
Got a few takers on the pit lane this time around. Jason Phillips finally on the lead lap. After all these yellows, he somehow finally now has got the free pass, and so he's got put back around. So he probably felt like he was relegated to finishing P last, but now he's been patient and is now on the lead lap again. So he's still got some damage on that thing. The big ass fans looks like it's dented in a little bit, but as long as he fixes it little by little. Oh, it's dented on both corners.
Yep. We might see it pop out. Getting some more repairs done just little by little. Keep an eye on the pace car, knowing where they're at. Smart driver. Jason Phillips, man, he thinks in 3 dimensions. I think really fun to watch him through the road series in his championship last season. Won by 25 points, which was 1 position. For 1 race position. Great battle last year.
Is this livery on Chris Thaler? Is that a Aaron Holroyd livery, or is that a Trading Paints livery? Because that is sweet. That is really sweet. I think it's a TP livery because it is a basic 7, an iRacing stamp. So it is cool though. I really like the gradients and all over that thing. And red and black just looks so good on race cars.
Very racy.
So got the caution tape on the rear spoiler there. James Lavison. Yeah, I really like that. I love the gradients on that thing. That's sweet. I like the Air Force livery too, the blue and black. That's also really nice. There's so many nice liveries, you know?
Yeah, a lot of guys spend a lot of time working on them and tuning them just for you. I mean, helmet liveries as well. Military always gets me though.
Lights are still on, so we at least go around one more time. Probably coming to one to go this time by on the caution. We're going to have Dustin out in front. He's going to be starting this or restarting this thing. Trevor McLaughlin took over second place after that spin down the back straightaway, so he's going to be on the outside. Dustin picking the inside. So we'll see which lane works out here. I mean, Dustin, he's going to get a great jump and probably be clear by the time they touch the stripe anyways, but we'll see how the top works for Trevor and if Dylan on the bottom can get going on him. Remember back, Dylan did not take tires on the previous stop, so just keep our eyes peeled on that. The rest of these guys around do have tires. Brandon Cotton also either took 2 or didn't take tires in the last stop. He's at 9.6. I think he didn't take tires and did something else. I'm not really sure. Either way, we'll see. See how these boys do. See if they're nice to each other. A little blink there out of the RFK truck, but all good.
We'll know what he did here before too long. Dustin Reinsdale in the 11, going to bring us back to green. Dustin is our points leader right now after 2 point scoring races. Second at Daytona, first in Nashville. Our points leaders on the inside after choosing and gets in the restart zone and takes off. Trevor Mack on the outside with Dylan Schmidt down low.
See how Dylan can hold this bottom line on these old tires. Seems to be going okay so far, but we're not up to speed yet. Got the 2 teammates as well right there behind Trevor McLaughlin down the back straightaway. Looks like Trevor does get clear. Jump back here. We've got Sean Happick. And oh my God, we're 3 wide. And yeah, Nick Asselin gets it cleared. They're not 3 wide anymore.
Thank goodness.
Nick Asselin jumps to the top. That gives Sean Happick the bottom. See if Happy Happick can make his way through. Pole sitter in the last race at Nashville. Showed a bunch of speed then. Brandon Cotton stuck behind that number 92 of Dylan Schmidt on those old tires, and Sean Happick is making him stay there. So Sean Happick going to be jumping out all the way up to 4th. Got shot out of a cannon here on this restart.
Great move to pick him up there and pin him behind the 92.
Yeah, and Brandon's still going to be feeling even more pain stuck behind this 92 because there goes number 48 on the inside taking advantage, and then here comes Ian Silva as well. But it looks like Brandon's going to be able to get out from behind him. It looks like, yeah, he's going to get some clean air. Here comes Michael Samia once again on those 2 tires in that 3 truck. He's going to be trying to get back all that track position he lost with his little wiggle in 3 and 4. I would say probably a big wiggle, not a little one. Still pack racing back here. Everybody that jumps to the top behind the 92 is now understanding why people aren't staying behind him on those old tires. 3 wide back there, it looks like. Yep, 3 wide. Got Ian Silva in the middle.
Almost 4.
Trying to get unstuck from behind that 92. I think that's probably the only reason he sent it 3 wide middle, but it didn't work out. He's getting freight trained. Robert Sanders comes through on the bottom, and it looks like he's finally going to be able to sneak his way down into this bottom groove, make a move. He's going to make it 3 wide bottom on the 6 and the 92.
Awesome racing. Keep your foot down, Glockner. Let it rip.
Oh, they're so close. Oh, this is so tight.
Lap after lap, side by side, these guys are giving it everything. No lifting.
Only a quarter of this race left. So They're trying to make their way to the front. Number 92, unfortunately, is making his way to the opposite of the front. But whenever he gets on those fresh tires, I'm sure we'll see him come back through. Speaking of coming through, here comes Sean Cunningham trying to make a move on Dustin Ridesettle. Can't quite slide up in front of him, though. He's going to have to jump back behind. Trevor McLaughlin back there behind these two, licking his lips. This is going to put him in position to be able to fight. Looks like they stay all three in line here, though. Going up on 25 to go across the stripe this time. 26. I'm good at math. So Dustin holds on to the lead there. We'll see how if any of these three trucks can start making moves on each other or not. You've got Sean Happick back there as well. He's probably going to get pulled into this fight by the draft, I would assume.
Yeah, don't count him out. For sure.
So there's going to be a four-way fight, it looks like, up here. And we've got a 17-way fight farther back in the field. Just saw somebody going off into the pit lane. That would be Michael Samia. Michael Samia on those two tires is getting rid of those things. He said, "I'm done with this." He's in the pits.
I think you can go to the end from now.
Yeah.
So he's the first one to make his last pit stop.
He's going to be making time.
Jason as well. He'll make that time up. He might be pinned a lap down, though. Not pinned, but depending on coming out. Oh, he's going to go down a lap.
Going to be close. Yeah, there he is on the exit. So he's going to be one lap down. Hopefully for him, there's no yellow until everybody pits, but
he's going to need it to stay green, that's for sure.
Yeah. We're now back up to the front. Trevor McLaughlin still in line behind the 71, who is behind Corey Heim out in the front.
Heim time.
I'm gonna be saying Corey Heim so many times in this season, which I think is what Dustin's going for. So maybe he wants us to compare him to Corey Heim. Maybe not in all regards, but in the speed regard, probably. What he's gonna want. Now single file back through at least 7. That's what I could see on the screen there. Probably single file further back than that. Everybody's calmed down a little bit after that restart. Somebody else peeling off into the pit lane. That'd be John Asselin. And let me see what kind of lap time Michael Samia is making here. There he comes across the stripe this time. We'll see. 31.7 the last time around. Let's see, did he take tires? He did not take tires. He only took fuel. So looks like he ran out. So he's going to have to be running on those 2 tires for the rest of the race. Oh, who's
big contact? Stephanie.
Stephanie. Was that Stephanie?
Yep. And now she's
disappeared.
Blinking. Yep, she's blinking on my screen. Oh, good.
Oh, there she is. Maybe that's why it looked like big contact. We'll see. Oh no, she definitely got up in the fence. I think. Yeah, just got up there, scraped the wall. Is that in front of her in the blue and black truck? Also got into the fence.
Olavison, the 9. Go on. Sorry, cameras.
Number 55 of Craig Nagy got a black flag, I assume for speeding in the pits. We have a few of the leaders have came down. At least guys that have been around there. Ian Silva in the pits. Mark Cochran in the pits. Michael Harris Jr. in the pits.
Finally, green flag cycle with under 20 to go.
Best time to have it, right?
Yep. If you're out front, do you just ride it out as long as you can?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
It'll be tough to. It would be really tough to pit in from the lead and then 2 laps later, there be a caution. So whenever you're the guys out here in the front few, you kind of don't want to pit early. Whenever you're the guys in the middle of the pack, you pit as early as you can, and you hope there's not a caution. At least there's not one until they pit, and you have track position on them. Speaking of pitting, here comes Brandon Cotton out from in the fray from P8. It looks like we're side by side up ahead. Sean Happick looking to the outside of Trevor McLaughlin. He had the invitation to slide up, but decided to keep it on the bottom. Now Sean's most likely going to get by him here. Yeah, he does. He fully clears him. I think Trevor might be coming in the pits because he didn't go all the way up against the wall here. He might be coming in. Looks like Sean Cunningham's coming in. Trevor McLaughlin is coming in. Robert Sanders is in the pits as well. There's 3 trucks out of this league group into the pit lane. Let's see what they do for strategy. What everybody else did for strategy. Pay attention to where Brandon Cotton and Michael Samia come out compared to these two as well on the timing screens. Let's see. Trevor McLaughlin is taking... He took 2 tires. Trevor McLaughlin did. 4 tires for Sean Cunningham. 4 tires for Robert Sanders.
Dustin Reinstedt's in from the lead.
Yep, Sean and Dustin in. That's going to put Nick Asselin in the lead for now. Let's see where everybody cycles out here. So Michael Samia is ahead of Robert Sanders. Ian Silva as well ahead of Robert Sanders. Michael Samia ahead of Sean Cunningham. Looks like Trevor McLaughlin is going to have track position over them, though. Going to be a little bit ahead of Michael Samia. We'll see where he comes out compared to Dustin and Sean. Dustin and Sean both taking 4 tires.
14 laps to go. And we're going to decide a winner. Hopefully, without any more cautions, we'll see us. Trevor McLaughlin.
There's Corey Heim on the bottom. Trevor
and Reinstedtl gets overtaken.
Trevor is in the net lead with Ian Silva net second, Michael Samia net third after the pit cycles, you would assume.
There's Cunningham on the outside of Reinstedtl as well.
Yep. Justin Thaler took 2 on his pit stop. Nick Asselin took 4. We'll see where they come out. You can see him down there on the bottom. Oh no, we've got contact. Sean Cunningham up into the wall.
Is that Cunningham?
Cunningham, yeah.
I think it was Andrew Miller, maybe.
I'm not sure who that was on the outside.
Dark blue colors. Sorry.
Ron Schaumer.
Oh.
And Sean Cunningham.
Yeah.
See what happens here. Looks like they had a little kiss there to make up. So, fun fact for you, we have 6 cars on the lead lap after this. But they're all going to come down the pit lane. So everybody should cycle back out to be fine. See what happens here. So Sean on the bottom. Ron Schaumer on the top.
Minding his own business.
Yeah, it looks like he's just up there cruising around. And Sean, yeah, he just looks like he just comes up into him. Yeah. Probably thinking that Ron's up closer to the wall there, but he wasn't. So once again, another one of those miscommunication moments. Easy to happen.
Probably waving at each other. Inviting them over for dinner.
I don't know if they're blowing kisses or if they're
telling him he's number 1.
Yeah, not really sure which way they're going to be feeling here. So yeah, all 6 that were on the lead lap have come into the pits. So that's going to cycle out. Trevor McLaughlin is the leader. Ian Silva second. Nick Asselin, who was coming out of the pit lane whenever the yellow dropped, I think got insanely lucky here because the leaders were coming by him whenever he was coming out of the pits, and then the yellow came out. and I think that actually locked him into position. So that's pretty incredible for him. We'll see what happens with everybody cycling out. Who knows? The timing screen's all over the place, so it doesn't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Ishiwi doesn't know what's going on.
I think it's straight, and it's showing Travis Jones in the lead. No,
So-
our timing is definitely
Yeah,
definitely a
it's
little
all over the
screwy.
place.
It's all over the place.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
We're refreshing SDK, so bear with us while we sort out the little technical difficulties. We will get it right. Josh is on it.
Trevor came into the pits.
He's in. Can't go without tires, I don't think. If you have them, you got to take them.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, to be honest with you. Did all the people that stay out, they just keep the track position? Maybe that's what happened?
Yep. That's it.
I guess
They
it is a
came
big
in.
enough track where they won't get past in the pits, will they? So
That's right. 48. First one off the pits.
I'm just confused because you look here and you see the pace car, and then you see the 69 and the 51 and the 48. And then you go and you look at the timing screen, and it shows Travis Jones in the front.
And he's
And
definitely
actually,
not.
Trevor did something really smart here. I'm going to point this out for you. Trevor came in the pits, and because of everything that's going on with the scoring right now, the scoring loops, he didn't lose a position. He's still in 7th, according to the timing screen. So,
If he had any tires, he could have taken them. Yeah.
Who knows what's going on?
So why'd the pace car pick up whoever he's got? It ain't Travis.
It feels like something that would have happened back in 1940 something at some small short track in the beginning of racing.
Yeah, they're getting a wave around now.
Yeah, there go all the wave arounds. So I guess this is so interesting. So there they all go.
It'll be Travis.
Yeah,
he's the first one to stay out.
Yeah, I figured we were going to add a pace lap here. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Trevor Mack. 9 laps to go. He's got to pass 8 cars, 4 rows. Good chance for any of these guys as well. Don't forget, I mean, once they get back around, Ian Silva and Nicholas Aslan, they took 4 with a 15-second stop.
Let me look and see who all has tires and who doesn't.
Ooh, that was lap 81. Yep. 90 stoppers are these guys up front.
So the guys up front all came down in this yellow. So Travis Jones took fuel only. Justin Glockner took 2. Andrew Miller and Chris Thaler took 4. Colton Dowler took none. James Olavison took 4. And then Trevor came down, and he might have actually put on the 2 left sides that he didn't take in the last stop, if I'm going to be honest here. Because he took 2 in the green flag pit stop and then ran like 3 laps. So he probably came down, stuck the other 2 tires on there, and came back out and didn't lose any space. So I assume, because it's a weird number, 8-second stop. And Ian Silva as well.
That was just a really awkward timed yellow with green flag cycles going on.
Is it cycling Trevor back? Oh, if it is, that's unfortunate. It is. Why is it? Why is it cycling Trevor back? He went from the net lead to now being in net lead during the pit cycles to now being in P19 on the restart. What is happening?
I guess the way they scored it, the pace car picked up the wrong car, or somebody didn't pass the pace car. And they should have. Pace car picked up the wrong car.
Bottom. We've got 2 trucks side by side back there, which
we're green.
Happening.
We'll have to get this sorted.
Travis Jones does not care. He's way out there.
7 to go. We're going to race on. So there'll be a press conference somewhere down the road.
Oh my God, we're 3 wide back here. 3 wide in the back. All over the place. Oh, Corey Heim looking middle. He's not going to get in there, though. He's going to back out of it. Pace car is out, so we had another crash here. Not really sure who, where, when, or why. Sean Happick is a little bit off of the field, but not by much. He is back in 19th, though, and he wasn't there before, so it might have been him. He does have left front damage as well. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep. Craig Nagy,
Craig Nagy.
And Sean Happick. See what happens. We got the 2 RFK trucks there running in line. See what happens. So Craig here on the bottom, just in the middle, coming up the track, up into the 25. Looks like he gets it straight though. Comes back down. He's holding his line. Got the 2
get into the 6
here.
down low.
6 all the way down on the white line. He's holding strong. 92 back there. I think just slight contact right there. Maybe? No, they're still going fine. So what happens here?
Oh, he gets up.
Craig pushes up the track, gets into the 25, spins him around. 80, nowhere to go.
Oh, it's a tough break for Happick.
Yeah, running near the front all night, and now he's having to come in the pits and repair that truck.
Man.
I'm still so confused, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, me too.
That was weird. This whole yellow and the pace car picking up the wrong truck, or the pace car just...
Yeah, I don't know if the pace car came out and whoever it was up front was scared to pass them, or...
I don't know.
Yeah, they came out after a pit stop. The pace car was on the track. You're not supposed to pass them, right?
T-Mac got screwed in this deal. Like, I feel bad for Trevor. Because he pulled the perfect strategy to be out in the lead. But, hey, it is what it is.
It'll be something to watch in the driver chat this week.
Yeah, that's for sure. Get out my
reading glasses
Michael
out.
Jackson popcorn eating gif.
Yes.
What it did do is it did shake up the field quite a lot. If you look at the timing screen, look at these top 7 trucks, and look at the green. Plus 17 for Travis Jones, plus 8 for Andrew Miller, plus 23 for Chris Thaler, plus 2 for Justin Glockner. He's been around here the entire race. James Olavison, plus 7, plus 16 for Colton Dowler, plus 12 for Nick Asselin. These guys are all, apart from Nick Asselin, who came out of the pits whenever the yellow came out, from Colton Dowler forward, they all stayed out and prayed on the caution, and the caution's here. Now they're in position. So let's see, will one of these top 6 survive and win this thing? Will we have another big shakeup? Who knows? I'm excited to see who I'm going to be talking to in about, 10 minutes time. Should be fun.
Lights are still on. We have basically a green-white checkered.
Yeah. See, we're coming to
+1.
3 to go. GWC +1. Yes, it is. 3 to go. We're going to be coming to 2 to go whenever we take the green. So, actually, it's just a GWC. Green, white, 1 to go, and then checkered. So, green, white, checkered to end this thing. I wonder if this counts towards the 1 green, white, checkered, or if that's just an overtime where we only have 1 green, white, checkered.
Overtime. This is not...
Okay, so...
Only green, white, checkered, right.
So,
this is not
we have 2
green, white, checkered. It's considered 2 to go. Right.
Okay. So we have 2 opportunities to finish this thing under green. if we can't do it the first time. I think. I don't see any
Look at the
GWC
7.
yet.
Chris Thaler, wouldn't that be a great story if he could pull this off? James Olavison in the 9, don't count him out. Colton Dowler in his very first Midwest Motorsports race. Could he be an upset tonight? Last season's champion, Nicholas Aslan, did he get his first win of the season? We're going to find out in 2 laps. Travis Jones brings us to 2 to go.
Great jump by Travis.
He needed that.
3 truck lengths ahead. They're already looking 3 wide behind him. Got Chris Thaler heading the bottom. 29 of Andrew Miller heading the top. They're 3 wide back here. Looking 4 wide. They're all over the place. Oh, we've got the 9 truck around James Olavison. Justin Glickner getting together. That's going to bring out another yellow, and that will put us into green-white checkered territory.
Looks like, they were, maybe Olavison was keeping an eye on the 11 behind him, but the 11 had a front row seat to this one. But maybe not.
48. Let's see what happens here. So
just comes up, but watch the 11 as they come off this corner.
It's just like small touch, just a tiny touch, and sends him around. That's pretty unfortunate, really.
Yeah, that was close.
Sometimes that ends up with just a little wiggle and no big deal, and sometimes it ends up with a truck upside down and another truck at the hot dog stand. So unfortunate that we ended up with one in the hot dog stand.
Well, Travis Jones has to do it all over again.
Well, this is our last shot at it. We got the actual overtime green-white checkered here for Travis Jones and Chris Thaler. They're going to be the 2 on the front row. Nick Aslan moved himself up into the second row there. Dustin Reinsettle up in 5th. Robert Sanders in 7th. Justin Glockner in 6th. Let's see.
So you're not really going to get a push from anybody here, right? I mean, how do you choose the inside or the outside? If Travis gets a good jump, that puts Chris in the 7 and Andrew Miller in the 29 together. And then Nicholas Aslan and Dustin Reinsettle will probably end up being together if Travis Jones gets out himself. Is 3 laps enough to move up 5 spots? Could Dustin Reinsettle pull this off?
I don't think so. I think if he was in 4th, he could, and only if he's lined up with Chris Thaler, because those 2 are together in the admin chat. I think. Actually, looking at it, no, they're not anymore. They used to be, but 2 old guys got kicked out into another chatter. So, sorry, Norm and Chris. So they're not actually together. I was thinking they would have been together. Yeah, I thought they would have been together and been able to call like a coordinated push or something, on the restart, and try to take it to the 96 if, theoreticals, ifs, maybes, and wins. But there's no ifs, maybes, and wins here. I mean, Travis is going to get a good jump. So
you just got to do 2 laps. 2 laps, Travis.
It'll be up to Chris. It depends on how good of a jump Chris gets on the outside or on the inside, in second here on the front row. And then it'll depend, who's in what lane, right? So Nick Aslan and Dustin are going to be in 2 separate lanes because they're 4th and 5th. Nick Aslan's going to be on the top. Dustin's going to be on the bottom in row 3. So I know both of them are going to be trying to win this thing. They're going to be full throttle and making every move possible. I think it just depends on which lane Travis picks as to which one of those 2 will be making the moves. I think both of them are going to be hunting. Of course, Andrew Miller and Chris Thaler.
Yeah.
They're
Don't
still
count
up
anybody
there.
out. The lights are still on the pace car.
If Andrew starts behind Travis on the restart here, that would be really good for Andrew to be able to try to get a P2 here, you know. But if Travis picks the bottom, I think Andrew Miller should be good, and he does pick the bottom. So Andrew Miller is going to be really well off here, just because he's going to be able to go with the 96, probably going to be at the door of the 7, you know, as it always seems to be, right? The guy behind the starter is usually side by side with the person in second every time.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
that
That means Dustin Reinstedel only has to get around Andrew Miller, well, and Chris Thaler to get to Travis Jones.
Yeah, and the question also is how wide are those 2 red and black trucks going to be, the 29 and the 7? Let's see if they can take up 4 lanes and ensure themselves to be in the post-race interviews.
I think the 96 and the 7 both are on older tires. 29, 48, and 11 took tires at lap 90 and 87. Travis Jones did not.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go. Travis Jones and the 96, the red front, right in the middle of the zone, takes off. Chris Taylor on the outside gets a little push from the 48.
That was a really key push.
Yes, it was. And Chris has been blinking a little bit too, I believe. The 7.
Chris
Andrew Miller in the 29.
Here comes that 48 truck on the outside. He's going to stay on the outside. Chris Thaler making a move to the inside of Travis. He's going to be at his door coming out of 4 here. Travis Jones up against the fence. He's going to keep it going. Here comes Nick Aslan on the bottom. He's going to make it too wide. Coming to 1 to go. And Nick Aslan going to be surging ahead. It's white flag, not checkered. Yeah. Nick Aslan going to be surging ahead. Oh, but Chris gets into the back of him. Nick Aslan spinning. Chris Thaler. Will that be the move that gets him the win? We'll see. We're still green. It's going to be Dustin Reinstedel versus Chris Thaler. Dustin going to be trying to make it to the bottom. He's not going to be able to get there. The 7 is blocking. The 7 is spinning. The 11 of Corey Heim, a.k.a. Dustin Reinstedel, is going to take the win. They're crashing behind him. John Aslan, according to the timing tower, came home second with Dylan Schmidt third. I don't know if that timing tower is very accurate, though. There were trucks everywhere. That was
just happened?
That was a pretty rough finish, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what just happened. I'll tell you right now, all of these guys that are working on these things at home every week, they're going to be pretty pissed off. But other than that, that was a wild finish, to say the least. What happened?
It's hard for me to put it on a driver now, too. Oh, my goodness. Try to find the battle up front. Here we go.
Yeah, so we'll start with this one. This was the first wreck of the final lap here. So Chris right up behind Nick Aslan. And looks like Nick actually hit the apron there. And that kind of bobbled him up, which put him up the track a little bit. Chris Thaler tried to get down to the bottom. And then now he's on his bumper, and he's still on his bumper. And gets in his quarter there. Chris is a little bit loose. Nick Aslan is completely sideways. And he's going around, gets collected by Andrew Miller. And the 96 as well gets up into it. Robert Sanders sneaks through. So then we've got the 7 and the 11 here. Oh my God. This is so hard to call. So
we'll go back to the 11.
Yeah, this is the race to the finish. 7 and 11. So we've got Chris making every block possible. I mean, he's trying to win this thing. And then Dustin, he's going to try to fill this gap that's now on the bottom. Chris closes the door before he gets there. And so then Dustin gets into the back of Chris Thaler here on the right rear, gets Chris spinning out. Then Robert Sanders right behind has nowhere to go, gets right into the quarter panel of Chris Thaler. So the two of them are out of it. Chris Thaler flying in the air. And then Chris comes down, barely collects Brandon Cotton there in the 5. John Aslan misses. It looks like he misses it. He's wrecking, though. He's still moving, but he's wrecking. So is Dylan Schmidt. They're both wrecking. they come across the line, and yeah, it looks like John Asselin probably backwards finishes second here. Yeah, literally backwards finishes second. Dylan Schmidt perpendicular finishes third, and Andrew Miller sideways gets fourth. Justin Thaler on the outside, keeping it clean, trying to steal his way into a podium, but he doesn't quite. Oh my God. What? There's trucks everywhere. I mean,
Yard
look at the
sale
screen. Look
at
at the
Kansas
screen.
Motor Speedway.
They're everywhere. I mean, you got another wreck going on behind them with Robert Sanders, and I believe it was the 82 of Colton Dowler. I mean, look at this screenshot.
25 backwards.
John Asselin backing his way into a second place. He took the term backing your way into it to a whole new meaning.
Absolute madness. I don't even know where to go from here. All right, let's get the results up. And Walker, I'll let you go through them.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what iRacing says the results are here. If it all works.
Race results.
Oh, we're at the bottom of it.
Are we? Okay, sorry.
All right. So the race results show the same thing as the timing tower. So Dustin Reinsettle, with his "where did he come from" moment, takes the win. A little bit of a dump and run action there going on in the last lap. Gets it done. John Asselin backs his way into a second place, quite literally. And Dylan Schmidt, in his first race, gets that RFK number 92 onto the podium. He's going to be in here in third. Andrew Miller in fourth place in that 29 truck. Good run for him. The other RFK truck of Justin Thaler comes home with a top 5. Good run for him. Points wise, Justin Glockner gets a P6. Trevor McLaughlin, after getting put all the way to the back, it ends up in 9th or 7th, so good recovery from him in the last couple of restarts. Robert Sanders comes home in P8. Michael Harris Jr. in 9th. Mark Cochran rounds out your top 10. Stephanie Piccoli in 11th place. Ian Silva 12th. Michael Samia 13th. Brandon Cotton comes home in 14th position. Nick Asselin comes home 15th. Sean Happick 16th. Chris Thaler from 1st to 17th in one lap. Travis Jones, from being in that fight, comes home in 18th position.
I'm working on it. Give me a second.
Yeah, you go on ahead. I am so confused.
I'm exhausted too. There was a lot that happened this race.
Colton Dowler 19th. Rye Bates in 20th. Ron Schaumer 21st. 5 laps down. James Olavison 6 down in 22nd. Craig Nagy 23rd. And then the DNFers, I believe, would be Sean Cunningham 24th. Jason Phillips 25th. And Norm Snyder rounding it out in 26th. He got taken into the infield care center. Update on him. He's okay, but his ego is not. So that rounds out the field. 26 trucks tonight, and it was a action-packed night of racing.
Yes, it is. We're not done yet. We got some interviews to go. Don't go anywhere. Looks like we do have our third place finisher, and second place is coming in as well. But man, there was so much that happened there. I was going to take some watching and rewatching the replays more than once for me to get a grip on what happened, even in the last 15 or 20 laps. But right now, we're ready for some interviews. Let's talk Dylan Schmidt. I believe this might be his first race with the Midwest Motorsports. 1 second, Dylan. Sorry about the technical delay. Dylan, it's James and Walker in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, got you.
Great. Well, thanks for coming in, man. It looks like you came around the start-finish line. I don't know if you're completely backwards, but pretty close, man. You ended up getting scored for third, man. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. That was definitely wild at the end. Honestly, I'm mad that I got in the back of 25 and messed up my incidents there. Was running a pretty clean race from the start and got on the wrong tire strategy, so I fell back. mid race and towards the end there, and that last green white checker, I just made something on nothing.
But you got to be in the right place at the right time, man, and it worked for you tonight. What you got for our third place finisher, Walker?
Yeah, that was a crazy finish for sure. Where did you restart in this final restart? Do you remember?
I was back in 13th, and the first lap, I passed cars with about 10th or 9th, and I was like, okay, I'll settle for this because I was running top 5 early on the race, and like I said, I got the wrong tire strategy, so I was happy with maybe finishing in the 9th, top 10 somewhere, but then chaos ensued going in down into 3 and all the way basically to the start finish line, so we just kept her pinned.
Aim for the smoke,
When
Cole.
all
Aim
else-
for the smoke.
That's right. Where all else fails. Oh, you did a great job dodging on the back straightaway too. That was the original restart leaders, the 96 of Travis Jones. We're watching on the broadcast stream now, where you had 2 cars sideways in front of you. Made a great move to go right instead of going to the apron and missed those guys. And then 4 cars up front. You're still just like you said, flat out. When in doubt, flat out.
Here's where it gets scary. You're
And the seas
sideways
just
trying
part.
to save that thing, and yeah,
Swatting flies. Nice job, Dylan.
Yeah, great job there avoiding everything. And, to be truthful, I think you did have a top 3 truck all day. Coming in for your first race here, it's really impressive how you were running all day, running around that top 5, basically throughout the entire race. And, tire strategy got all shaken up, and you ended up being one of the ones that fell like a rock on the tire strategy, but it ended up working out for you, whether it was luck or skill. You take it either way, right?
Absolutely, and I just want to say thanks to everyone putting this on, and had a lot of fun for my first go at it, and I'll be back Sunday night. Check that out also for the first time. So I just felt like this league fit in me real quick too. The Midwest Motorsports, don't know who started or what, but I'm a Minnesota guy, so when I found this league, I was like, yeah, this one seems like something I could get into here.
Great. Well, we're glad you're here, man. You definitely put everybody on notice. You're a contender for sure, man. We'll look for those RFK trucks to be pulled out of the trailer again next week. And welcome to the Midwest Motorsports League, Dylan.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Dylan Schmidt, third place tonight. Second place tonight was John Aslin in the 25 truck. And hey, John, it's Walker and James in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
Hey, well, we're talking to you, not your son tonight.
Yeah,
How
that's
about
a
it?
change.
How
That's a
about it?
change.
You have bragging rights at the dinner table tonight.
Right.
Black Rifle Coffee comes across the finish line backwards.
I tell you, I'm going to save this clip and keep playing it over and over every time he shows up.
Yeah. This whole last 2 laps, talk us through it.
I don't even know what happened. I just kept my foot in it and just tried to dodge everybody that was going from left to right. So, and at the end, I think we even passed the line backwards. So,
Yeah, you definitely took the phrase "I backed into that one" literally, because you backed
Right.
into it. But
Exactly.
you did a really good job avoiding all the wrecks. We're watching it back here on the broadcast, and same as really the exact same thing as Dylan. Like, keep your foot in it and miss everything. You had a really close call with the wreck coming out of 4. Got her all sideways, and
Yeah.
and Dylan gets into the back of you and spins you around, but it kind of keeps you in front of him, and
Right.
and you're able to come home in second. And then Andrew Miller as well gets in with the 2 of you, and he's sideways across the line. And there's going to be some funny screenshots coming out of the end of this thing, I'm pretty sure.
Man, it was crazy. It's fun though. I just enjoy it. I really don't care where it finished. It's enjoyable to me. So
Oh, it was sure
awesome.
enjoyable for us too up here.
Yeah. Hey, you guys do a great job. I love this league. This is awesome. It's like your little getaway from everyday life.
Agree 100% for everybody involved. A lot of people, it takes everybody to make this league happen. And you're a big part of it too, John. So thanks for being a member for so long, and we're glad to get you on the podium tonight, man, in the truck race. Only
Man,
the third
appreciate
points
it.
race of the season, so we got a long
Yeah.
season ahead of us. This one will be for the memory books, though, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
See you, John. Congrats on a great second place.
All right. Take care.
All right, and I believe we got our winner, Dustin Reinstell, in the booth as well. Dustin
What's up?
James and Walker, you got us. Yeah, man, what a race! You brought it home. I knew we could not count you out. You restarted on the third row there. Last two laps. Talk us through it.
It was a crapshoot at the end, honestly. For that race to have went that green for that long, it was a terrible finish. I'll go ahead and apologize to Chris on here. I didn't think I hit him. It looks like there was netcode. Probably would have been contact anyways, but there's netcode on my screen. So, Chris, if you're watching this, I apologize. I don't wreck people to win. I don't need to.
Oh,
So just go ahead and put that out there. But had fun. I love this track. Love racing with everybody. Sanders was right there too. So pretty good night altogether. I lost my 0x right there with the net code with Chris. So sorry it killed him and killed a couple people behind him, but it's net code on my screen. So
well, I want to ask you what happened before the restart. There was a couple of extra pacing laps that we did, and the field was all jumbled up. Were you getting any messages from race control?
we made sure that everybody knew that if you were behind the pace car in front of the leader, you had to wave around. And I can't remember who it was, but they didn't go till we got all the way through turn one, pretty much. Probably just never. I can't remember who it was, but usually you don't get in situations like that. There's usually not a whole lot of wave arounds. But it just an extension of the caution, which I think probably got Trevor worse than anybody, because sometimes when you extend those cautions, it messes with the lucky dog. It's just one of those things. It happened to me one time at Charlotte, and cost me a race like that. So it's just one of those things that iRacing does for whatever reason. But that would be why. Just didn't. Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I
Get
can't really
the
see it
message
from that
there.
angle.
It's all good.
I mean, it was a good night for you overall. You were up front the whole way for the most part. You know, either in the clean air or around the people that were in the clean air. So, you know, it was a good drive from you, no matter what. And I mean, even if there was a little bit of Corey Heim going on the exit of 4 there, still got
there
it done.
wasn't.
So
I don't wreck to win, so people can kick rocks
Of
for that one.
course. Yeah.
yeah. Every once in a while, it's.
You were up there all night, though. I mean, you missed the pole by 0.003. Mark Cochran put a good fast lap in there at the end, and you were outrunning them by a second before the competition caution, and definitely had one of the fastest trucks. We knew that tires were going to be the name of the game, so you did not take tires at the comp caution, and then every stop after that. Is that right?
What was that again?
Tires. You didn't take them at the competition caution, but every stop afterwards.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just felt like it was a little too early in the race. But really, the math kind of worked out at the end. But this is what it is. It's one of those things. Those competition cautions kind of come at a random place.
Yep.
So it falls in that random time range if you can take them or not. Sometimes it works out, but I've already gotten burnt once in the last couple of races on doing that, specifically in the Cup Series. But I just kind of ask everybody else what they're doing, really.
I also feel that.
We know it's a long season. So far, starting off with the third points paying race, you got a second, a first, and another first tonight. Couldn't ask for a much better start to the season.
Yeah, you're jumping out there in the points. I think we're gonna have some petitions from some of the drivers for you to take another season off if you keep it up like this. But congratulations, you drove really well tonight. And I think next week is Milwaukee, if I remember correctly. So, how you feeling for next week in Milwaukee?
Pretty good. That track's pretty fun. But you know, everybody's got these opinions about all this. My dog had life-saving surgery this week, so this was the first time I've
Yes.
got on the sim.
Mhm.
Did not practice or anything, so I had fun. That's all that matters, is that we're having fun in this league. Some people take it a little too serious for some reason.
Well, I'm glad everything worked out. We've been thinking about you for sure. Congrats on a great win, Dustin. We'll let you go, man. Thanks for talking. That's Dustin Reinstedel, your winner from the Kansas Speedway. He's going to take his luck and go to the casino at the top of the track and see if he can spend some of that race winning money, turn it into even more wins. Walker, that's going to be one for the record books tonight, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it was a pretty wild race. Usually nothing fun happens in Kansas, but Kansas Motor Speedway is the only place that's any different than that. And they showed you right here that crazy stuff happens in Kansas. It was a fun race. It was a crazy race. I don't know if there's any other words I can really put into it. Entertaining, that's another good one. But yeah, it was still, I mean, Dustin Reinsettel led basically the whole race, and he still ended up winning the thing. So, he was a dominant truck all night. But then, of course, we had the massive shakeup of everyone else. So, yeah, that's gonna have to look back at this one a few times.
This is what we expect out of a 22 race season. This is race 3. I'm going to watch every week, every Friday night, 9:55 Eastern is the race start time. And you're not going to want to miss next week from the Milwaukee Mile for the first time in Midwest Motorsports League on an oval race. And we'll see you there. Walker, thanks for joining me tonight, man. Great job.
Yeah, I appreciate it, James. Thanks everybody for letting me come in here and have a little bit of fun watching some trucks go vroom vroom.
We
Good
love
time.
it. Thanks to all the admins for making this possible. And as always, don't forget to stay in your lane.